Abeka Geometry Construction 16. So Construction 16 states that I must construct a triangle given two sides and the angle opposite one of them. So just like the last construction, these directions can get a little bit confusing and there's a lot going on. So I'm going to go ahead and make a sketch really quick of what this is going to look at. So what they mean by a triangle with two given sides and an angle opposite one of them is that this angle needs to be the opposite of one of these sides. So let's say that this is side A and then side B was over here. Then angle A would have to be this angle right here because angle A is opposite of side A. All right? So, the easiest way to do this is to begin with the angle construction. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to recopy angle A. And we'll do that in blue. All right, so take this blue line, I'm going to make a straight line right here, and then I'm going to grab my compass and begin reconstructing angle A. So as we know, sharp end goes on the vertex. I'm going to put a pencil mark through both ends of the angle. Then I go down to my line and I make a similar mark. All right. From there, place my sharp end on the distance between these 2 points, and I'm going to measure it out with my pencil end. A little bit too big. I think my lead might be getting dull again. There we go. That's good length. Then I come down here. And there we go. Alright, so now I just join the endpoint of this line with that, and then I will have reconstructed angle A. Alright, ta-da, now I have angle A. Alright, now, the next thing that I need to do, I need to mark off one of these lines. So just because the angle is opposite one of the lines doesn't mean that it can't touch the other. Right? So I'll go ahead and I'll mark off line B. Right? So I'll measure line B and I'll mark it off. I can either put it here or here. I'm going to put it up on the top. Right? So now I take my compass, measure the length of line B. All right. There we go. Once I've got the length of line B, I'm going to go ahead and mark that off next to angle A. There we go. Now, with this point, I have line B. Now, the last step is I go to line A and mark off the distance of line A. Oh, that was a little short. Alright, and then I go to the end point of line B and I see where line A intersects with this baseline of angle A. And now there's this thing that hopefully I'll remember to talk about in class. There's this thing called the ambiguous case, which means there's actually two possible triangles I can create with this. I might be able to show you this in a second. I'm not sure if I chose a good value here. I'll go ahead and reconstruct line A in purple. All right, so this is the construction. We've done it. We've got one angle with side opposite the angle. Now the interesting thing is, if we go here, if I continue drawing the circle, I'm not sure if it'll work with this length, but maybe I'll have to make another video, or maybe I'll explain in class. But sometimes when you do this construction, okay, so this one's too big. All right, so sometimes when you continue doing this construction, if you keep drawing it, sometimes this arc will be so shallow that it will, I need a pencil. All right, so sometimes the arc for this last line will be so shallow that, found a pencil, instead of it ending over here, sometimes the arc will be shallow and it'll end right here, right? So if it ends right here, and if this distance was the same from here to here as there to there, well then, that means there's a second triangle that I could have drawn, right? So I could have drawn a triangle here or here. That's not the case with this one, but sometimes you will notice that when you do this construction and you go draw that last line, you'll notice the arc, if you keep drawing, it will intersect this bottom line at 2 points. And if it does, then that's a good explanation of what we call the ambiguous case. And I'll talk about that in class. But it just essentially says that when you have two equal sides and an equal angle, there's two different triangles that might fit that criteria. So, but in the end, that's it for construction 16. And I will see you guys in class.